What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
You already know what time it is, man. The young goat in the building. Make sure you tune in to True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Heel Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for our WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 preview. Breaking down this Saturday's show from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And we got two big Elimination Chamber matches. We got an unsanctioned match. We got the return of a legend, a Canadian legend, in fact, teaming up with the WWE Women's Champion. And someone will make a decision about their soul. But the soul of these previews is our good friend here joining us, as always, for these WWE pay-per-view PLE previews. My sister from another Mr. Bulgarian Mr. The one and only from Fightful Overbooked. Fightful Overbooked and coexisting with Rob. The one and only Maggie is here. How are you doing?
Well, I didn't realize that my microphone wasn't muted during, the intros, and I cackled during the Tony Schiavone thing. I don't know if everyone heard me or not, but that's fine. I also realized how awful my skin was, so I put on some lotion because we're about to talk about some, sexy stuff about.
Get some sexy lotion on.
Oh, someone has to. So, because you finished your intro with someone has to make a decision about their soul. Imagine how weird that sounds, man.
Like, if you missed Friday, you would be like, what the hell is this guy talking about?
Like, rarely does it, you missing one single episode of SmackDown of all wrestling shows, and you'll have zero clue what we're talking about. SmackDown of everything. SmackDown. So Rob and I constantly talk about what a huge chore SmackDown has become because it's 3 hours now.
And we got the work this past Friday.
Yeah, so, and I know you feel the same way, because, like, what the hell, man? Like, can we go back? I understand that initially we're like, oh, a 3-hour SmackDown, that's cool, like, which means hopefully we have more time for the women. And there's zero of that. And a lot of everything else. A bunch of fuckery. And, like, why would I expose myself to 3 hours of that? So it's been a chore, but this past SmackDown was definitely a show, and we're gonna talk about it.
It was a show that happened on a night that was Friday, and someone said to take their soul, and there was a lot of botches, and
oh man, yeah. Well, I felt exactly as uncomfortable as I was watching Thunder Rosa swing a chair, trying to swing a chair at Megan Bain, and I was like, "What's happening here? Is she supposed to get out of the ring, but she isn't? What is happening?" And I just want to turn off the television. I felt, secondhand embarrassment,
Yeah, and that was only one segment of the Dynamite show.
Yeah,
they had multiple ones. The botches in the LA Knight and R-Truth versus Mello Don't Miss matchup. Then you had the botched moonsault by Tiffany Stratton and whatever Charlotte Flair was doing on commentary. You had the Liv Morgan Naomi matchup that was scrapped from the show, then put back on the show, only to basically be scrapped from the show. And then the pacing. Oh my God. I know the entire track that plays during commercials on Netflix now. I know the entire song because they literally had 1,001 commercials on Friday night.
I'm sorry. Hey, so what's the drawing behind you? Is that a snail? No, it's not a snail.
This is my daughter made this. I think this is Talking Tom. She also made these. I just don't have tape to put it up, but I wanted to show these. See, she made this.
It's so adorable.
I know, it's very colorful.
Am I supposed to know who Talking Tom is?
If you look it up, then you will know. I think only parents and kids know who Talking Tom is. But yeah, she made this and this as well. She's getting good. She's getting pretty good. Only 4 years old. 4 years old. She does
really sweet. Oh, is that a teddy bear? No.
Yeah, she told me she wanted me to have this, and I said I would put it on my wall. So I'm gonna make sure it's up on my wall at least by tomorrow's show.
Oh, it's the kitty.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Smiling Crittens, yeah, you could call it that. But yes, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Let's drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, hear your thoughts on WWE Elimination Chamber. What's your predictions? Is Cody gonna accept The Rock's offer? Is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn gonna end each other's career? And who's gonna walk out of the Elimination Chamber? And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to make sure your comment is highlighted on screen and show your support to these pay-per-view previews, PLA previews here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. You can do so with a super chat chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got I Make Beats in the chat, one of our members of the channel. He says, hello, THH fam. Happy chamber, y'all. Happy chamber to you. We got our good friend, Drunk Guy JJ, Sober Guy JJ. He says, did y'all have the Orton and Mercedes graphic back to back for me? I appreciate that, my guys. So this must be his first time watching the intro package, the intro video. Power Driver Finisher says, Maggie, 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 and I Make Beats, Maggie, Maggie. Oh, you get the big pop in the chat. Big pop.
By the way, shout out to I Make Beats and Power Driver Finisher, because this is not a story. This is just, a fact. When I was a teenager, I was hanging out with a lot of people that listen to punk music, and I'm talking about real punk, So apparently there's a song from Casualties, the band Casualties, that goes, Maggie, 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 you fucking cunt. So that's that's probably what. Thank you, because every time I hear I see my name like 3 times, I remember that there's somewhere a Maggie that's a cunt, a fucking cunt. So
now you're gonna make me look up that song.
It's really good. I love it. I mean, it would have been a better entrance. Oh no, not a better entrance music, but it would have been entrance music for Ricky Saints. What? Saints?
Welcome to the revolution.
Revolution.
I hate the intros that they do. I hate the catchphrase intros that they do on every one of these Def Rebel songs.
Welcome to the generation of Jade. Okay.
Well, her music stinks. Her music is worse than Ricky's, to be fair. To Ricky.
I like Cora J's music. Yeah. Yeah, but okay. To be fair, like I feel like we talked about it, but first of all, Ricky Saints is a perfectly fine name. We're just used to Ricky Starks. That's not my opinion. My opinion is the name sucks. But like as a whole, it's fine. We're just used to the thing. Also, Mikey Ruckus's theme was so fucking good that nothing will ever be able to live up to that, to that level of awesomeness. So, mind you, do you think that if you could shut out your brain, I know that's not possible, but shut out your brain and just listen to his theme now, because it kind of reminds me of his old theme.
It does.
Yeah.
It has like a certain into it where I said I was like, it's not an F tier Def Rebel song, it's like a C or D tier.
That's a low ass bar.
Exactly. There's a very low bar on Def Rebel themes to begin with. Or I think Romeo was trying to say it was B tier. I was like, no, it's not. It's not. B tier means that it doesn't have a freaking middle portion where it just repeats the same beat over and over and over again. And then that had that in the song. I was just like, oh God, why did they have to do this? Why can't they ever? And it would have been okay. I think it would have been okay, maybe a C+ tier, if they didn't do that little dub in the middle where they just repeat the beat over and over again, so you just get annoyed by it. Then it just bottomed out to like a C- D tier.
Listen, I'm just at this point, I don't get I don't care, man. I'm so happy that AJ Styles got his old theme music back, because they don't want none. And like, what?
I'm literally chilling with Chase. Put that in the comments. He said Def Rebel's worst theme for me is either the breaker second theme. Oh my God. That is Jesus, the worst one they've ever done. I don't think there's an or. I don't think there's an or, Chase. It's that you should have just said that is the worst one they made. AJ,
Yes.
You Don't Want None is probably second behind that. Is like the lyrics are just horrible.
Like,
Laugh my
that's
fucking
true, because yes, I do in fact want all because it's AJ Styles. What do you mean you don't want none? I want it all. Give me AJ, please. But let's.
You're singing like O Town. I want it all or nothing at all. There you go.
Oh my god!
Hit y'all with that. Had to hit y'all. I'm sorry. Every time
We
I
should sing more. We should sing more.
I'm all for boy band random hits from our or anything that was on the OC. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I said the other day, someone reposted the Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker running up that hill vignette video package, which is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
But they said that was the first time they ever heard the song, and I was like, no, it wasn't the first time for me. The first time I heard that song was One Tree Hill. One Tree Hill played it first. Running up that hill. Yeah.
And then Stranger Things got it, and just.
I'm just gonna take all the credit for it.
Yeah, and then Placebo had a cover, and
hey, the Placebo cover. That's the first one I heard. I think that's the one that they played on.
They did.
OC.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
It's pretty good cover. So
it is. It is. For years, I thought that was the original.
That was the original. Yeah.
We got our first super chat donation from the boy. Call me Mr. Bonda. Thank you so much, Call me Mr. Bonda, for the support. He says, I already know that I'll be sleeping big mad Saturday if Cena or Phil Brooks' old ass win. Don't hate the player, hate Hunter.
I roll
mind blown emoji. Yeah, I roll mind blown emoji. I call me Mr. Bonda. I'm glad you already know that that's probably the best chance of winning on Saturday. Those two old men.
Yes.
Yeah. We got this silver guy. JJ says, laugh my ass off. That's hilarious. I was watching that video a few times this morning. He's just like, I know silver guy JJ is such a wrestling fan, or if you want to say the bad term, Mark, that he just watches random video packages just for the feeling again. To
restore the feeling, is Ospreay not enough for you?
No. He is the feeling, bruv. I mean,
yes,
when he's not around.
Ospreay, oh my god. Will Ospreay is pretty much the only thing keeping me together right now. Because, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. Harley Cameron for me. Yes. She gives me life. She gives me help. He says I need that.
Wow, not your wife? Okay.
Well, I'm talking about wrestling. Jesus. Trying to get me in the doghouse.
As a whole, sweetie. Because I am alone.
Trying to get me in the doghouse? I mean, I'm not trying to sleep on the couch tonight. But yeah. Silver guy says, "Cause this ain't it, bruv."
Okay.
There it is. He dropped the bump on us. We got Chillin' with Chase, who says, always thought Hurt by Johnny Cash was the original. Didn't know he took it from a metal song. There you go. Learn something new every day. Every day here. Yes. But we're not here to talk about all your favorite 80s and 90s hits. We're here to talk about WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 this Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It will kick off from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So as always, Maggie, how we start off these pay-per-view PLE previews, 0 to 10, what is your anticipation level for this Saturday show?
5. Blame Canada.
Why are you at a 5? That's like probably the lowest you've ever told me.
Okay, first of all, I love Canada. I was just kidding. That was, with every time SP3 and I are on screen, we need to make a South Park reference, and that was that was the one. So why 5? Because I feel like the show is pretty predictable. I am gonna be incredibly excited for the one match that doesn't count, and that's about it. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna enjoy the show. It doesn't mean that the matches won't be bangers. But I'm just 5, because like it's a those damn pay-per-views between WrestleMania and the Rumble. They just don't, like, I understand they can be good, but it's just, can we get to Mania? I'm sorry. It's just what are your thoughts about this?
I think I'm at a solid 6.5. Maybe you can even go to like a 7. I don't think that Triple H with his 4 and 5 match merchant ass can get me anything above a 7. Like I appreciate people like Chase who can get up to an 8. I can't get up to an 8 on a 4 match card. That's like you, if you have more than double. If you 0 to 10, you have more than double of the matches that's on the show, then I think you're doing too much, Chase. I think you're doing too much. That's double. Your 8 is double the amount of matches that we're gonna get on this show. So I am not. I can't. He says 8 out of 10 for Chamber for me, but I'm just more excited because I'm going to Mania and excited for Triple H to start building this card. So he's more excited that it's gonna be over on Saturday.
That's what I read.
It's over, and Triple H can finally be like, "Oh yeah, it is WrestleMania season."
yeah.
Even though, to me, despite how baffling and crazy it was on Saturday, that promo, on Friday, that promo was, it really feels like The Rock has brought the Mania season with him.
Yeah. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's so and because like the amount of people that are talking about WrestleMania now and SmackDown as a whole isn't because it was so masterfully good. No, it was just puzzling. It was weird. That's why people are talking. And that doesn't necessarily mean bad, by the way. Just
yeah. He brought a level of intrigue that Triple H just wasn't producing.
yes.
Triple H was not getting you intrigued into Mania season. I honestly, a week ago, was like, is Mania season even started? I know the Royal Rumble happened, and it was a good show, but the week-to-week has not felt like we're building towards WrestleMania.
Yeah, I understand. He's not building towards WrestleMania, but like The Rock added intrigue, but no one can tell you that this will lead to anything, because The Rock may not be there. I mean, he can start something, and he obviously started something, and it may go in a certain direction, but listen to me carefully. What did he give Cody on the Raw after WrestleMania? What did he mean by "Don't break my heart again"? What the fuck? What do you mean?
What did this mean? At
What
Bad
is that?
Blood?
What is what is that? What is that? What does that mean? So, because he started something, it doesn't mean that it's gonna lead to anything. Because obviously, it may not. Because like we've been here before, so let's give it some time. I'm intrigued, of course. I'm always gonna be intrigued when The Rock is involved, because I am the most simple female wrestling fan. I love The Rock, and like that's how I got into wrestling to begin with, and that is it. But again, fingers crossed, it just leads to something logical, and and that has a starting point, an unraveling, middle part, and an ending.
I just want that. I just want an ending point and everything. But yeah, he makes that difficult sometimes. We got I Make Beats who says, SB3, what's the UK start time? It's midnight UK if you want to watch it live on Saturday. So up to you.
If anyone's asking, that's 2 a.m. Bulgarian time.
Ooh.
I am not staying up.
I figured as much. wake up Sunday morning and enjoy it. Yeah,
Yeah, Saturday morning with my coffee just before fucking work. Because,
Oh, we got Chillua Chase who says Dwayne, the real booker and promoter of the year. He also says carrying Mania on his Brahma Bull's shoulders, stronger than a buck, and he is back in Canada to remind the people that the Maple Leafs suck.
I'm having such a rough time with him on the microphone because he's promoting stuff and getting people hyped and, fuck your ass up and everything, and you guys stink and blah, 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 and then hyping again. And he's smiling so much, and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure that you're not supposed to be smiling. I get that he's enjoying what he's doing because he knows that it's working. I understand that, and I understand that it's scripted. I get it, but weren't you a highly paid actor, and you can act as if stop your face from smiling? I mean, aren't people paying you a lot of money?
I think the real issue is that he still thinks that he's in Hollywood, that he's acting, because he plays the final boss character on SmackDown, and then he goes to social media and be like, it's so great playing this final boss character. You're just completely ruining kayfabe for me. How am I supposed to be invested in this story if you keep telling me it's fake?
Yeah.
That's an issue. I think that's an issue.
It's an issue.
And I've seen all the people be like, oh, Rock promo was that bad because he wasn't sober or whatever. He's completely sober when he's tweeting. When he's tweeting telling us to not invest in this story because it's not real.
Shout out to Jeremy, who had a lot of Terramana in the weeds last week.
He did. Terramana Fridays. Terramana Fridays over there.
Yeah. I mean, I can't not believe I'm a bartender and I still haven't tried Terramana.
It's a good tequila. It's a good tequila. I've tried it.
Okay.
It's good. It's good stuff. But let's get into WWE Elimination Chamber 2025. And we'll start with one of the Elimination Chambers matches. Let's ladies first, and let's start with the women. The women's Elimination Chamber matchup is going to see Liv Morgan facing Bianca Belair, facing Alexa Bliss, facing Bayley versus Naomi versus Roxanne Perez. Liv Morgan got here due to a victory over Io Sky via disqualification after interference from Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair picked up a win over Piper Niven on SmackDown. Alexa Bliss picked up a win on the very same episode against Candice LeRae. Bayley picked up a win over Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria, while Naomi picked up a win over Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green, and Roxanne Perez was the final woman to qualify for this matchup with a victory over Raquel Rodriguez. And the winner of this Elimination Chamber matchup will face either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky for the WWE Women's World Championship coming up April 19th and 20th, WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. So a lot of different stories in this one. You got Naomi and Bianca coming off the heels of losing the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now Liv will be in here alone without her muscle. So will Naomi and Bianca try to get revenge? We have the rivalry that started on NXT between former NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez and Bayley will be coming over here into the Elimination Chamber. And then there's the outlier of it all in Alexa Bliss, who has been teasing some type of connection to the Wyatt Six. Can the Wyatt Six help her in this matchup or not? And who is going to go on to face the champion coming up at WrestleMania? So I'm very much looking forward to this matchup. As far as when the bell rings, I think all of these ladies will deliver, especially, Naomi, Bianca, and Liv coming off of that excellent main event of Monday Night Raw this week for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. But who do you think is going to walk out the victor, and what have you thought about the build to this matchup going on Saturday?
Well, the build in itself has a lot of branches, a lot of interesting storylines that could go from there on. I mean, what I like about the women's chamber is that it doesn't matter. Well, okay, of course it matters who wins, but like who wins, okay, but like the rest of them all have a storyline. They all have something to do after they lose, and that's great. And that's what I enjoy. Who wins the chamber? I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair. I don't know, because we keep bringing up Jade, and they finally started talking about who actually attacked her. So I don't know if this escalates here. I don't know if Jade comes back to confront Naomi, because I've been pressing on Naomi being the one who attacked Jade, because she's the only logical reason for she's the only one who benefits from her being gone. Because she was tag team champion. She's no longer a tag team champion. I think that Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan will start something that will lead to WrestleMania. And that is White Six and Judgment Day. That is what I'm... Yeah. I don't know if Judgment Day get another member in their in their treehouse. I don't know if it's going to be Aleister Black or not. I have no idea. Or but I don't think he fits there. For me, he needs to be a solo act with his wonderful wife, and Roxanne Perez and Bayley can do their thing. I'm kind of, because Roxanne was yesterday on NXT, and I'm like, where is she? I mean, she's
everywhere. She's basically. I said it to Ricky Chino earlier today. I was like, she's basically got the soft call up that Carmelo and Braun got early last year, where they were both on the main roster and still on NXT at the same time.
So they saw how that did not work whatsoever, and they decided to do it with Roxy. So, sure. Sure.
They're gonna wait till the draft. The draft is when she officially is gonna get called up.
And we were like, oh yay. And they're like, they're gonna make it into this huge deal. Oh my god, Michael Cole? Roxanne Perez is getting called up to Raw. And I'm like, what? I love Roxanne Perez. For me, she's the future of WWE's women's division. I adore her. Thankfully, Jordan Grace, Julia, and Stephanie Vaquer are on NXT now, and they can carry that show, because if it weren't for them, that show would have been lacking. So I picked Bianca. I feel like that's a slam dunk. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I agree with you. They're gonna do something with Alexa and Liv. Maybe one of them is gonna be responsible for the other's elimination in this matchup. I can see a situation with Bayley and Roxanne with the same thing. The one main prediction I'm gonna call for, I think Bianca eliminates Naomi. I think maybe it comes down to those two, and Bianca eliminates Naomi to win the matchup. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Bianca Belair is the best option of any of these ladies, where it's a matchup that has basically been teased for 3 years. It's been the break glass in case of emergency, but they haven't had an emergency because they've been red hot on this hot run. So they've just been keeping it on the back burner. Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, we'll get to that when we're ready to. And now Rhea Ripley's in a situation where her second reign, I think that we can all admit now 2 months into the reign, hasn't started off that great. And there was large portions of her year-long run in 2023 that wasn't great either. So you need to pull the trigger on the one matchup you've been keeping on the back burner and not wanting to do. You've been saving it for a big show, and this is the show to do it. Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. And I hope that with Bianca, if Bianca does win the Elimination Chamber, they play up the fact that she's undefeated at WrestleMania. I think that this is the first year they need to play up that fact that she's undefeated at WrestleMania, and with victories over the likes of Becky Lynch and stuff like that, and Sasha Banks. Yeah. Maybe they won't. They might not want to say Sasha's name, but she is undefeated at WrestleMania. So I want them to play up that fact. And Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are the two main stars that they have created post the 4 Horsewomen Asuka era of WWE. So it's gonna feel like a big matchup if they play it up the right way.
Yeah, it's gonna take some legwork, because Bianca has been lost in the tag division. That I know that they were champions, but that tag division was still not existent. And I'm so mad that I'm saying this, but I completely forgot what it was like for us to have Bianca Belair in the singles division, because I'm completely aware of what Bianca Belair is capable of, because she was, one of my favorite competitors for years now, because she was always such a joy to watch, incredibly fluent. What the hell are you doing? How are you doing this with that thing on your hair and everything? She just, I mean, I can watch her for hours, man. And it's really strange how we got from this to the fact that we completely forgot that we had her. So they're gonna need to put in some work, hopefully, and they do it, because I know that the other thing that we're having is Charlotte Flair and Tiffany. I understand. But I'm like, my expectations are higher for this match, for this alone. I'm going to be incredibly intrigued about the other match, of course, because I want to see Tiffany Stratton stride. And when Charlotte defeats her, I hope someone brings a lot of food to throw at Charlotte, And I love Charlotte. But that ain't it, man. You need to put over Tiffany.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Time.
I agree with you 100%. This would be a big win for Tiffany, but yeah, I think that the Bianca Belair pick is a solid one to go, and I like the fact that by the end of her WWE Women's Tag Team title run that we saw on Monday, it does feel like the Women's Tag Team division is in a better place than what it was when she first got into it. So they used her star power to elevate the tag team division. But I'm over all of that. Bianca Belair is a star. She should be in the world title division. So let's get to it. I'm over that. Bump all that playing nice. Bump all that her needing to elevate something that's beneath her. No. Her needing to babysit Jade Cargill. No. Bianca Belair is an absolute star. She should always be in the title picture. But you have did a whole year with her in the tag team division, and that's more for the Charlotte Flairs of the world. So
yeah. Please. We're not saying, oh, Asuka's back, let's put her in a tag team with Charlotte again. We're not saying that. Not what we're saying.
No. Please no. Please no.
Please no.
Oh, good question here from Chillin' with Chase, who says, my one buddy said Rhea really misses Dom. Would you guys agree? No.
Get Dom. No.
I don't agree, because I feel like the Rhea Ripley character jumped the shark because she was so focused on Dom and not getting her title back. The moment to me that ruined the Rhea Ripley character, to me, she's still gonna get a big pop. She's still one of the most over women on this roster, and the most over female star in WWE today. Don't get me wrong, but to me, as a viewer of this show, my investment of Rhea Ripley went down a bit at Bad Blood when she hits her finisher on Liv Morgan and has the match won to get her title back. And then tells the referee, I'm going to go beat up Dom with a kendo stick for a while. You just wait here. Don't count me out.
No.
That's when I was just like, you're too focused on him. So let's get you away from him. And then the feud went on for 3 more months. So I think that is the point where I was like, I'm not that invested in this. And why is this feud going on way too long?
Exactly. That's not, no. Get Dom as far away from the women's division as possible, because it's kind of that was the one thing that annoyed me during the main event on this Monday's Raw, because like, why is he getting involved? Oh, I understand why, but like, fucking no, man, just think of something different.
Let's try something new. Let's not book the same finishes we were doing when Liv was the women's world champion.
Yeah.
We got Christopher Rotz in the chat. Good to see a new name in the chat. He says, hey guys, huge fan of the show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. He says, I see Bianca win the women's chamber to face Rhea at Mania. And I also seeing Bailey being the first one eliminated by Roxanne. That's a good shout. I like that prediction. That would give something to Roxanne and give Bailey a reason to come after Roxanne. But I think that if anybody is hoping or thinking that we're going to get a Roxanne versus Bailey matchup at WrestleMania, I don't think y'all paid attention to how Triple H books things. I don't think we're going to get a non-title women's match at WrestleMania this year.
No, we already have 2. Like, we already have 2 women's matches. We're not getting a third one. Calm down.
Relax.
Slow your roll.
We got like 50 women on this roster, but we can only do two or three. We can do 3. We got a women's tag team match too. See guys. Like I see Shadi in the chat who said he thinks Bliss and Nikki versus Raquel and Liv at Mania would make sense. It would make sense if Triple H wasn't the booker. There's going to be more than 4 women in that women's tag team title match. I'm guaranteeing you that.
Yeah.
Especially if we're getting 2 singles matches for the world titles. Oh, he's going to throw a bunch of women into a women's tag team title match. I already see it.
They can tag the SmackDown before WrestleMania a lot if they wanted to, but they won't.
Shadi says Bianca is the Jalen Hurts of wrestling. All she does is win and show out, but is always scrutinized and hated on.
Is Bianca hated on? Really?
I mean, I think more when she was champion, there was people hating on Bianca because they felt like she was champion for too long and that she wasn't. But I much preferred Bianca Belair's year-long run over Rhea Ripley's. Rhea Ripley, I felt, killed the division because it was basically. Yeah, it was basically her and Dom, and she was more worried about the Judgment Day than she was about the women's division.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gentleman with Jay says Triple H will forget to book his mid-card champions. They will just wrestle on WrestleMania SmackDown. I totally forgot. Yeah, we're supposed to have 5 matches for the women at WrestleMania. I'm not gonna hold my breath.
I mean, all the champions, the mid-card women champions, lost their Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. They got pinned. The champions got pinned.
And it's not leading
I
to
mean,
any. It's not going to lead to Bailey getting a shot at the Intercontinental title. No.
mm, I seriously have no idea because listen, Chelsea Green is in the clear because she's entertaining as fuck, man. So I'm willing to give that a pass because she will get over practically anything with her comedic timing. And Piper Niven on NXT with the taser was.
She had a taser just in
She had
case.
a
Just in case.
taser just in case. And she shoot off Sol Ruka and Zarya. That's so good. And,
Shoot.
yeah. And that's the only thing I can get. Lyra, that's a different story. So.
But let's talk about the match that I know a lot of people in the chat. I know you said it yourself. You're looking forward to the most unsanctioned matchup. It will be the two Canadians that have been battling and been friends for over 20 years now, back in Toronto, Ontario, Canada this Saturday. It will be an unsanctioned matchup between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. In the lead up to the Royal Rumble, it was Kevin Owens who tried to proposition Sami into helping him win his ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes, saying that he would help him in the Royal Rumble. But when the ladder match happened, Sami did come to ringside, but only to check on the health of his friend. He did not want to get involved and help KO get the victory, and it wound up that KO rounded probably neck first in a cracked ladder by the end of that matchup as Cody Rhodes retained the undisputed WWE Championship. Turned then 48 hours later on Monday Night Raw, the February 3rd episode, it was CM Punk defeating Sami Zayn to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Post-match, Punk showed respect to Zayn and they shook hands, but it was Kevin Owens who came from behind, attacking his former friend, attacking him, putting Punk out of the ring, and then delivering a vicious and remorseless package power driver, landing Sami right on the top of his dome piece. KO talked about that he was the victim in all of this because Sami didn't want to help him, didn't help him get the win. And then he turned around and he was in the Royal Rumble and he was helping Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble, but he couldn't help his real friend, Kevin Owens. So that's why he had to do what he had to do. It led to KO challenging Sami for a matchup at the Elimination Chamber, but Sami Zayn suffered serious injuries due to that package power driver. But he showed up on Monday Night Raw on the February 17th episode, and he said that he would face Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber in Toronto. Adam Pearce tried to talk him out of it, saying that he isn't medically cleared, but Sami pleaded and made sure that the match would be unsanctioned, so WWE doesn't have any liability for what's going to happen between these two men. Kevin Owens responded to that by stalking Sami Zayn, showing up outside of his house, cutting a dastardly promo about how Sami is putting his family at risk, that he won't be able to support his family and be there for him. And Sami turned around in a sit-down interview on this past Monday Night's Raw and said that whole thing, KO showing up at his house, led to Sami showing up at Kevin's house, meeting up with his mother. He did not beat up his mother, thankfully. He had a conversation with her, a very nice chat, but he realized that he has been pushed to the edge and he does not know what he's going to do on Saturday. That was an excellent promo on Monday. It's been a fantastic build to this matchup. Hey, I said it on a Rated Raw review yesterday. I will say it here. I wouldn't even care if they made this the main event. This is my main event.
This is the main event. It's unsanctioned. Shut out the lights and then put them back on, and that's unsanctioned. That this should close the pay-per-view, because if I was someone who bought a ticket for that show, I would have left after this match. I don't care if there are other matches after that.
Beat the traffic.
Yes, beat the traffic. Okay, Kevin Owens should win. I I love Sami. I don't care. Kevin Owens should win. Just give Kevin Owens a win in Canada. I mean, Kevin Owens does not have enough space on his body for all the title belts that he deserves. They should make, and I am a person who bitches and moans about the number of title belts that all these wrestling promotions have. And I don't mean only WWE, I mean New Japan and AEW and Ring of Honor, all of them. Just stop it. So if they gave all of their titles to Kevin, I would have zero complaints because he has earned them all of them. Not only does Kevin Owens go out of his way to fill in fucking logic gaps in storylines that, like, I don't know what mental gymnastics he's doing to come up with these, excellent points that he's making when we're all like, well, what's the reasoning behind this and what's that all about? And he goes out. It's as if he's listening to all the wrestling I hope he's not. He's listening to all of the wrestling podcasts out there, and he's listening to all of the questions that the people have, and then he's answering all of their prayers. Tell me how Kevin is not God. I mean, he's close enough. So I pray to the Kevin Owens gods that Kevin Owens gets, the win here, because I feel like Sami Zayn, and again, I love Sami, but I feel like he has had his day in the sun for a while. Last year was his year, and I was really stoked. I feel like it's Kevin Owens' year. Give him. Every time that Kevin Owens has a match on a pay-per-view, which is not that often, I will bring up his Universal title win way back because Triple H chose him. He gave Seth Rollins, probably. He gave him the pedigree and then told, or was it Randy Orton? I don't care. I don't give a fuck anymore. So he told Kevin Owens, there's your, win on a silver platter, and just take the win. And then Kevin Owens won. And then they fed Kevin Owens to Bill Goldberg. They owe him. Everything. But they owe him a proper title, reign. And you cannot do that if you don't squash your previous beef. And I know that a time will come when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be tagging again. But I have this huge, exceptions to, rules that we all have, and me, including me. I do not mind all this friendship drama between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn because I just know that they will bring out the best in each other. And I will never mind if they fight against each other. I will never mind if they are tagging with one another because they're
wrestling soulmates.
Yes, they're destined to fight forever and ever and ever. Like their, mutual, forearm, punches are called fight forever because of them. They're just because everyone legitimately wants them to fight forever. Kevin Owens.
We got our good friend Dr. Chris Mueller in the chat. Thanks for joining us today, Dr. Chris. He says KO did nothing wrong.
Legitimately nothing wrong. Thank you.
He did do something wrong. He did drive his friend on his head.
He should have done it way earlier.
He did try to manipulate his friend and then got mad that his friend didn't get manipulated.
Okay, but like to his defense, everything that Sami's doing is kind of iffy. I mean, is it? He fought Roman Reigns. They all fought together to bring the guy down. And
Hey,
then
he's a very forgiving person. He's KO said it himself. Sammy's forgiven him for some horrible things.
yeah, but like they grew up with each other.
Hey, Roman accepted him into the family. He didn't have to do that. When Sammy was at his wit's end, when he was being embarrassed by the jackass dummies, it was Roman who opened the doors of his family to him. Yes. It's like he was an adopted kid. It was like he was Gary Coleman in different
Don't
strokes.
bring up adoption. You know what? I'll always gonna lose when you bring up adoption. Why are you making me into a bad person? What the
You're against adoption.
fuck?
Oh my god. I'm appalled by Dr. Chris and you. Like you're against adoption. What?
Damn it.
But yes, have loved the build up to this matchup. I think this and the men's chamber match have been the best built matches on this show. But I have to agree with you. It needs to be Kevin Owens getting the win. And I see a lot of people in the chat saying, referee stop it. Yeah, it should be something like that. It should be Kevin Owens just keep power driving him. Keep giving him the package power drive. He gives him one, and that's not enough. Sammy's still trying to get up. He gives him another one. Sammy still has some life. He got a hand up and stuff like that. And he gives him a third one, and the referee's just like, okay, no more. That's it. And then KO, after he gets the win, picks him up again, gives him a fourth one. That he's not done there. He's got a limp body, Sami Zayn, and he thinks everybody's like, no, please don't. He's gonna give him a fifth one, and then we hear, I have voices in my head, and come to me, they understand. Randy Orton. I need a Randy Orton return. I need Randy Orton to return post-match and set up Orton and Owens at WrestleMania.
That is actually the most logical thing I've heard about this match. Yes, keep pile driving him until and imagine Randy Orton. That's a rib. Randy Orton taking his sweet time, and then Kevin Owens is like, well, I guess I have to pile drive him again, and Sami Zayn is like, yeah.
I'm already dead. Kevin.
Yes.
He's whispering to him.
He's already
Stop. I'm already dead. And yes, Nicky Boy, yes, he says Randy comes out 4 power drivers too late. That checks out. Yep, it does, right? It does, right? They come to me. He does his little high kick thing that he did when he jumped up and he touched his toes. He's doing this in the aisleway. Perfect. All of this sounds exactly what it should be.
I mean, this is exactly what will happen.
Yes. It'd be Orton and Owens. As far as Sami, he'll probably be on the shelf for a couple of weeks, but in the weeks while he's on the shelf, it should be Karrion Kross who's talking crap to him, because it really feels like it's going to be probably Karrion Kross that is Sami's opponent at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I would hope so, because this has to be leading up to something, right?
Yeah. Even though Karrion was stalking somebody else because Sami wasn't around on Monday, so who knows?
Yes, he was.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's Triple H. It's Triple H booking. It's Triple H. You never know.
Yeah.
He was stalking AJ Styles. He already affected AJ Styles. I thought he said he made AJ turn heel or something like that. I don't know all the Karrion. I don't know all the Karrion Kross lore he puts on social media.
I'm not following that either, because, like, granted, I'm not on social media as much. So
yeah,
I'm too busy stuffing my face with pasta and chips. So.
As you should, as you should. But let's talk about a less serious matchup on this show, as it's going to be tag team action. We return to the women's division, as it's going to be Trishy and Tiffy time, as the WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton will team up with WWE Hall of Famer, 7-time WWE Women's Champion Trish Stratus, back in Toronto, celebrating 25 years of her career and her debut in WWE, as they face the team of Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. It was Nia versus Tiffy for the WWE Women's Championship a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, where Candice LeRae got involved to cause a disqualification. It was Trish Stratus who came in to make the save for Tiffy after getting into it with Nia Jax, who eliminated her from the Women's Royal Rumble matchup on February 1st. Trish tried to make the save, but unfortunately she was beaten down alongside Tiffany, and this led to the two women meeting up backstage and deciding that they wanted to make a challenge for a tag team matchup against Nia and Candice in Toronto at Elimination Chamber. On this past week's SmackDown, that awful episode, it did also include Candice LeRae and Tiffany Stratton going at it. Tiffany picking up the win. Post-match, it was Nia Jax attacking Tiffy from behind. Trish once again tried to make the save for Tiffy and once again got her ass handed to her in the process, as Nia wound up giving an annihilator, the worst annihilator ever, to both Tiffy and Trishy to end the segment. Trish Stratus has been basically booked like an ineffective babyface the past 2 weeks. It's been really bad. And maybe that's a microcosm of what SmackDown is, that there's no good babyfaces, because Tiffany Stratton's supposed to be the babyface against Nia and Candice, as well as against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, yet she started talking trash to Candice and Nia on Friday. They got in the ring to beat her up, and the referee saved her. That's how they booked our babyface champion.
Yeah.
Triple H, y'all Booker of the Year. Yeah, that's y'all Booker of the Year. It's not my Booker of the Year. I don't know what this man does.
Yeah, the worst looking annihilator that we've ever seen. Yeah, it was really bad. But yeah, I just hope all the wrestlers in this match have fun. Because the only person I'm really excited about is Tiffany Stratton here. She always gets these monster ovations every time they're outside of the US. I mean, she gets a lot of love in the US also. But she gets a lot of love outside of, the States, and I always want to see that, because I don't know what is it about Tiffany Stratton, but from the very start I was glued to her, and she was supposed to be annoying in NXT. She wasn't for me. She was really good. I don't know what
I thought she was the only one who had like a character that worked during that 2.0 era.
Yeah, I mean, like, it started off a bit bumpy with, my rich daddy who pays for everything, and I don't want this match.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. Me and Sat, I used to do her promos in her voice. It was great. It was great times.
I mean, I enjoyed her vignettes where she was trying to play tennis, and like, my daddy pays for my tennis lessons, and I'm like, money wasted, man. You don't even know how to hold a racket. And like, it was really awkward. And I've played tennis a lot, and I'm like, that's not how you do it. Striffy time. Yes. Striffy time. Yes. I think there's no way Nia and Candice are winning. And if they do, oh my God, what are you doing to Tiffany Stratton? Because those segments where she's lying in the ring, holding her head, semi-unconscious, and Charlotte sits on a chair talking to her on a microphone. Those are not working for me. And this is exactly why I want Tiffany Stratton to win. Because if Charlotte Flair wins after these segments, it might as well you just nail the coffin on, on Tiffany. No, nothing will save her after that. Like if they booked Charlotte and Tiffany in a different way that they have been booking that match for WrestleMania, I feel like I would have been completely fine if Tiffany lost. This is Charlotte we're talking about. This is Charlotte. But like, you treat your champion this way just because it's Charlotte, I'm not going to be okay with that. But I am picking Tiffany and Trish here. Hopefully it's a fun match.
Yeah, I think it will be a fun match. I think Nia Jax, she plays her role very well in being this monster heel, that annihilator withstanding. She's always called upon for these type of spots. You need a challenger for Rhea Ripley on Saturday night's main event. Nia Jax. You need Naomi to have a good matchup on TV going after a title. Nia Jax. You need Tiffy to have a good challenger on TV. Nia Jax. You need Trish Stratus to have a good opponent in her comeback matchup. Nia Jax. I think that people underestimate the fact that WWE feels like Nia's always reliable in this situation, and 9 times out of 10 she usually does deliver on the PLEs, except for that horrible run that she had last fall. But I think that she's going to be good here because it's a tag team matchup. Candice is here to take a lot of bumps as well, so that's going to be a good matchup as well. But I agree with you. Tiffy and Trishy are going to get the win here and get the nice celebration for Trish Stratus in Toronto. That's going to be nice.
Yes.
Stratus and Stratton. I can't say it 10 times fast. That's a lot.
I'm sorry. English is my second language, and I can't even say it in Bulgarian. So
fair. All right, it's now time to talk about the most anticipated thing on this Saturday show. This Saturday show, Elimination Chamber 2025. It's not about the Elimination Chambers. It's about someone's soul on the line.
Let's go.
The Rock's offer to Cody Rhodes will be answered this Saturday. If you watched the Friday Night SmackDown last Friday, why? And secondly, on that show, The Rock made an offer to undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. He said that he wanted Cody to be his champion after they became friends following WrestleMania. When did that happen? But he hasn't made the offer for Cody to be his champion. He wants to. Let me check my notes. He wants to improve his SEO and digital awareness and more exposure because Cody has 1 million followers on social media and The Rock has 500 million.
Yeah.
And he wants that. And what does he want? Not the WWE Championship. He wants Cody's soul. So will Cody give The Rock his soul? Will Cody be The Rock's corporate champion? Maggie, what was your thoughts on that segment on Friday? And what do you think Cody Rhodes' answer will be on Saturday?
Well, the segment was weird as fuck. I hope Cody says yes because this will make him interesting. I'm bored out of my fucking mind every time Cody comes out. I cannot stand that cookie cutter vanilla, and that is my favorite scent. I love vanilla perfumes. Vanilla fucking babyface. Stop it. No. I loved his match versus Kevin Owens because he actually showed a bit heelish work, and I like that. I mean, that shot of Kevin Owens on the ground with Sami Zayn, and in the distance from above, Cody Rhodes is watching over. Like, that was a money shot right there, because you could sense how heelish Cody is being, actually. And I like that. And this is unseen territory when it comes to this version of Cody Rhodes. Um, I'm not saying that I want to see dashing Cody Rhodes as a heel. I'm not saying that, but I'm kind
Whoa!
of. Yeah.
Only smoking mirrors. Whoa!
Whoa!
Smoking mirrors tonight.
Smoking mirrors. And I mean, there's a whoa. So in both songs, so you don't need to change much. Come on. So yeah, I hope Cody says yes. Please, Cody, say yes. Because I hate the fact that the last time I was interested in a Cody Rhodes match was his AJ Styles match in France. And that's because it was AJ Styles, and that match fucking ruled, man. And I loved the match between him and Gunther, but that fucking finish pissed me off so much. And I had grown men in my comments. The typical woman, you don't understand how wrestling works. You can never get out of that move. Just fucking what? Just let go of the move. Just let go of the fucking hole. What is, like,
and Gunther hasn't been the same since.
Never the same. And I blame Cody every time I have a mic, I'm on a show with a microphone and a headset on. I blame Cody for everything that Gunther has become. And now they're going to make Jay beat Gunther at WrestleMania, because they're not going to have Jey Uso cutting those promos about everyone doubting him if he wasn't beating Gunther at WrestleMania. He's beating Gunther at WrestleMania. I'm so fucking pissed off, man. And that's, I love that's fine, but it's Gunther. It's Gunther. It's the pride of Europe, because Tyler Bates not here, but it's the pride of Europe. And I'm so pissed off. So yes, Cody, please say yes, because I kind of want to cheer for you. And I will cheer for you when, cheer for his segments, because I know I'm supposed to be booing him if he says yes to The Rock. But yeah, yes, hopefully say yes. Probably if he continues to be that fucking annoying, oh my God, man. And he says no, because I am the champion of the people, when you used to be back in the day, Rock, and stop it, man. No one likes you anymore. Well, Steven Jensen does, but no one likes you anymore. What do you think?
Well, Steven Jensen will never not like Cody Rhodes. I agree with a lot.
That is actually exactly why Steven Jensen and I will never get married, because of his enormous love for Cody Rhodes. Not the fact that we live on different continents. No, the fact that he loves Cody Rhodes so much.
Yeah. I agree with a lot of things you said. Cody Rhodes, my big nitpick, because we did a whole video, there's video up on our channel of WWE and AEW champions suck. And my whole big thing about Cody was he's been boring. He's been boring as champion. I was like the two great things that happened in his title reign were the two matches with AJ Styles and the Kevin Owens rivalry, where I can give most of the credit for that to AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. Not to you, because when you were left to your own devices and you got stuck in the bloodline vortex again, you became like the third or fourth most interesting person in the whole angle. Jacob Fatu was more interesting. Solo became better as a character during that whole run. And Roman Reigns then showed up and made you look like you were the secondary star to the real star. You're just holding the title for him. So like all of that. And then you did an interaction with CM Punk where you were the second most interesting person in that. So yeah, it's been a tough ride for Cody, because I think that Cody it's not even Cody's fault. It's a detriment of WWE trying these year-long title runs. And no, we did not need a year-long title run for Cody after a 4-year title run for Roman Reigns. It was just not necessary. It shouldn't have happened. And that's why they pretty much were doing Challenger of the Month for a while there. Then they had to turn Kevin heel to basically give him the last couple of months of his title reign and make that interesting. And KO did do that. And the ladder match at Royal Rumble was great. And Cody's never really had, except for the solo match at SummerSlam. I don't care what Dave Meltzer said. That was an awful match. That's the only bad match that he's had in his title reign. But because he even had a good match with Solo in a cage match. So he's had nothing but good to great matches throughout his title reign. But the story has been fucking boring. It's been very boring. And he, as a character, is very boring. So I can understand if someone is saying, hey, I want Cody to say yes because he's been boring and I want him to be interesting again. It's just not the right time. And WWE is making hand over fist off Cody merchandise right now. That him turning heel would be the equivalent of the business blunder that was Stone Cold Steve Austin aligning with Vince McMahon. That's not the right move. The right move is somebody that's in the Elimination Chamber becoming The Rock's corporate champion. So I'm going to say Cody says no. And The Rock gets upset about it, and he starts looking for someone else to dethrone Cody and become his corporate champion. So I'm going to go with no. Cody will keep his soul intact.
Fucking barf. Let's move on.
Chilling with Jay says Triple H loves the long title reigns too much. I feel Cody would have benefited if he stat padded a bit. And he was a 3-time champion heading up to Mania instead of this year-long title reign. No, I wouldn't say 3-time. That's too much. If he was a 2-time champion right now, I think that would have been the move. Either he should have dropped the title to AJ the second time, or he should have dropped the title. If you really wanted to make Solo, he should have dropped it to Solo. I know people will say, oh, he's going to drop it to KO. We were way too late in the game by the time KO turned heel for us to be like, oh, we're going to give it to KO for a while and then bring it back to Cody. That's too much convoluting, too close to WrestleMania. The best times was either AJ in June at Clash at the Castle, or Solo the second time you did the Solo matchup. He should have just won it thanks to Jacob Fatu or something like that. I think those were the 2 times that they should have done it. 2-time champion Cody Rhodes sounds a lot better. 3-time, that's a little too much in my opinion.
Yeah, a bit too much.
We got Chilling with Chase, who also says one of the reasons people love Cody as a character is that he can persevere, and him being a failure doesn't defy him. And he would have been fine losing once or twice as champion just to regain the belt. I agree with that. He should have just lost it at least once. We didn't need a year-long Cody Rhodes run. It just hasn't been that interesting enough for it to be a year-long Cody Rhodes run.
Okay, he said put the comment back on. Put the comment back on. So he said that Cody Rhodes will keep his soul for his family. What if his fucking family is pushing for him to sell his soul? What about that? Have you thought about that?
Brandy's like, babe, I want you to keep
Brandy is drunk somewhere. Okay, a shot of brandy. Do you remember that show? I liked it. I remember when Moxley was a part of that show, I fucking lost it because he was such a goofball, man. I love that episode. So, I don't know if she wants Cody to sell his soul because money. What about that? Huh? No one thinks about the family. Just fucking Cody, the vanilla guy, Cody.
Well, to be fair, Cody didn't think about all of his family. He didn't mention his brother.
Exactly. Man, what a piece of shit Cody is.
What a piece of shit you are, sir. Just forget about Dustin, why don't you? Damn.
Yes.
We got Corey Michaels in the chat. Good to see you, sir. He says maybe The Rock wants Cody's soul because it has adrenaline in it and he needs it at his age. Now we're thinking.
There you go, Corey, making sense over and over again.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, but I think the reason why I wanted to talk about this before we talk about the main event, because I think that these are going to be interwoven by the time we get to WrestleMania. Whatever Cody's answer is will play into what happens in the main event of the show, the men's Elimination Chamber matchup. It will be John Cena versus CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul versus Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins. The winner of this matchup will go on to face Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship coming up at WrestleMania 41, probably the night 2 main event on April 20th. To get here, John Cena just cut a promo and said that he was declaring himself for the Elimination Chamber matchup after coming up short as the finalist in the Royal Rumble matchup in the final 2 before Jey Uso eliminated him. He then responded in the basically in the post-media scrum, that he was basically going to declare himself for the Elimination Chamber matchup. Then you had CM Punk, who picked up a victory over Sami Zayn on the February 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre defeated Jimmy Uso and LA Knight on SmackDown following that Monday Night Raw episode. Then on the February 10th edition of Monday Night Raw, it was Logan Paul who picked up the win over Rey Mysterio. Then on the February 14th edition of Friday Night SmackDown, it was Damian Priest who defeated both Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu in a triple threat match to qualify for the Elimination Chamber matchup. And then finally, it was Seth freaking Rollins on last Monday's Monday Night Raw who defeated Finn Balor to qualify for this matchup. So many stories going into here and so many connections to Cody as well. Is it going to be John Cena, the former face of the company, versus the new face of the company, Cody Rhodes, for him trying to get number 17? He started off this retirement tour saying that his quest is to become number 17. That promo after Royal Rumble said that it's best for business, since this is his retirement tour, for him to headline his final WrestleMania, for him to win 17 so he can shake the hand of the man that wins number 18. For CM Punk, his goal has always been the same since returning to WWE, to headline WrestleMania. He had a great promo exchange with Cody Rhodes before the Royal Rumble, where he said he was going to be the friend who stabbed Cody in the front and beats him for the WWE Championship, because he already saw the cracks forming in Cody Rhodes, saying that it was too close to the 300-day mark, similar to his 434-day reign, where he turned heel around the 300-day mark. He saw the same signs pointing for Cody, and he wanted to take that burden away from him. Drew McIntyre is the last man who scored a pinfall singles victory over Cody Rhodes last year, and now he can win back-to-back Elimination Chambers to face Cody for the WWE Championship. Logan Paul faced Cody back at King and Queen of the Ring last year, coming very close to getting the win. Can he get back and finally headline WrestleMania himself? Damian Priest ended off WrestleMania 40 as the World Heavyweight Champion, so him and Cody were the two top champions coming out of last year's WrestleMania, so it would be poetic justice for them to face each other for the WWE Championship this year. And Seth Rollins was the man who helped Cody win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 40, teaming with him against The Rock and Roman Reigns on night 1, and being his shield when Roman Reigns decided for the revenge for the Shield breakup over retaining the WWE Championship in the main event of night 2 before Cody Rhodes became victorious. So everyone kind of has their story going into this matchup. Their stories with each other. You got the rivalry with John Cena and CM Punk. You got the CM Punk Drew McIntyre rivalry. Punk and Rollins still hate each other and still have their rivalry brewing. It was Logan Paul who eliminated CM Punk from the Royal Rumble. It was Logan Paul and Seth Rollins who faced each other at WrestleMania 39. Damian Priest has his history with both Seth and Drew, with Drew being the person he cashed in Money in the Bank on last year at WrestleMania. So many story threads here. This is one of the best built and most star-studded stacked edition of the Elimination Chamber in a very long time. Maggie, what have you thought about the build? Who do you think wins on Saturday?
Again, like the women, I love how it's put together because everyone has a storyline in itself, and they're not such random people thrown put together and everything. I like that there's actually some thought put into this year's Elimination Chamber, and like I know that's a low bar. I understand that, but like it's always good when stuff makes sense. I would like to say that looking at it now, I saw a couple of people online pushing for a Logan Paul win, and I will die if Logan Paul wins this. No, please, no. Let's not do that. Let me tell you, the thing that's running in my head. The reason I want Cody to say yes is because I kind of feel like CM Punk wins the chamber and he uses his favor with Heyman, and he has Roman Reigns in his corner while Cody has The Rock in his corner, and there you go. You set up, Rock versus Roman, down the line. This is my theory. I know that it's not probably not going to work because listen, I know that it's too soon to pull the trigger on a Cody heel turn, but they might as well do it now while they're making a ton of money from the Jey Uso merch sales, because like those aren't bad too. And after he fucking beats Gunther at WrestleMania, they're gonna go through the roof once again. So it's fine. Just turn Cody heel, give him a bunch of black dye for his hair, exactly like he did in AEW, and like make goth Cody with the glasses and with the vest, or the stupid shirt that The Rock's been, the final boss shirt that he's been running around with. I don't know, just make him interesting. Because we still have no idea what that favor is, and they kind of stopped talking about it, between CM Punk and Paul Heyman. And this is what's running in my mind. I will be 100% transparent with you guys. I am 0% interested in a John Cena Elimination Chamber win. Zero interest, man. I get it. I know it's the Cena retirement tour, and I get it. But like, you're supposed to be there for your tour, and I'm mad that he's not, because he was at the Rumble, and then he was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be in the Elimination Chamber," and I'm still pissed that everyone had to fucking qualify. And the man who's supposed to be fucking hating John Cena in the eyes of CM Punk, he was like, "Well, he's John Cena. He can do everything." Why are you? What?
That's why I love Drew McIntyre's video yesterday with him calling out. He was like, Cena literally gave y'all the opportunity to bury him. He literally said it in the promo. He's like, he said that his opponents are gonna bury him in the weeks ahead, and no one did it.
Exactly. Drew, like, why is Drew such a sweetheart? Drew and Kevin Owens is a fantastic tag team in my head.
But all I have to say about my prediction is boo doo 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 doo. Your time is up. Your time is now. They took a gun. They took a gun. John Cena has to win this. I'm sorry to everyone watching who doesn't want that. John Cena is the biggest and best option to be The Rock's corporate champion. I'm sorry, it just makes way too much sense. I know there's a lot of people and there's a lot of CM Punk fans out there that's like, oh no, it's gonna be CM Punk, corporate man Punk. He's so desperate and desperate to get his WrestleMania main event, and that's all fine and dandy. But I feel like him getting inserted into all of this, you're gonna forget about the Heyman favor. The Heyman favor is gonna become what The Rock gave to Cody Rhodes in his hand on the Raw after WrestleMania. If that happens, if he gets stuck in this whole Cody Rock thing, he's gonna get lost in it. Rock is here to basically squall all the complaints and all the apprehension that I had about a Cody versus Cena matchup. The reason why I had apprehension toward Cody and Cena is because they're both very much white meat baby faces, and that's not very interesting when two white meat baby faces go at it. But The Rock and this whole offer to have his champion, he wants his champion. He wants someone that he can help take to the next level, and he's already helped the person that he is gonna be his corporate champion go to the next level. So he's the perfect person for him to just hand the title to. John Cena turning heel is like the white whale of professional wrestling, and the fact that we have one more year with him, I know there's going to be people that's going to be like, oh, but no fans want to cheer John Cena during his final year. That's all fine and dandy. We've had 2 months to cheer him. We had the Royal Rumble to cheer him. You had the Netflix premiere to cheer him. You'll probably cheer him when he makes his entrance at Elimination Chamber, and he'll probably get a big pop if he does win the Elimination Chamber. I think the most interesting story to tell with John Cena is him being so desperate, him going 4 years without winning a singles matchup, him winning the Elimination Chamber kind of by accident. I think that my big prediction for the Chamber is that Roman Reigns returns and he costs Seth Rollins and CM Punk the Elimination Chamber matchup. And John Cena is basically just the final man left. He gets the win, so he doesn't even feel like he earned it really. And now he's gotta get back his confidence on the build up to WrestleMania. But then while he's trying to big up his confidence and us as the fans is the angel on his shoulder, he's also gonna have a devil on his shoulder in The Rock, being like, you haven't won a WrestleMania main event since you beat me. And that was 12 years ago. I don't know if you can beat Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes overcame me and Roman Reigns last year. He overcame the entire bloodline. You couldn't beat the bloodline. You couldn't beat Roman Reigns. You could barely beat me. And you were at the peak of your powers. You were in the middle of your prime. Now you're at the end of your career. And all that pressure, all that manipulation from The Rock gets to John Cena at WrestleMania, and he pulls the trigger. He hits Cody Rhodes with a steel chair 16 times or 61 times, topping Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17 against The Rock, and we end WrestleMania with the 2-man Hollywood power trip The Rock and John Cena. Think of the headlines. Two of Hollywood's biggest stars are taking over pro wrestling, are taking over the WWE, Hollywood corporate power trip. The Rock and John Cena. Chef's kiss. That's what I want at Elimination Chamber. That's what I want at WrestleMania. I think we need one last great John Cena story, and the only way to do that is by giving us the one thing John Cena's never given us, the heel turn.
Okay, so do you think that this closes WrestleMania night 2?
Yes.
What closes WrestleMania night 1?
Right now, I'm gonna say Roman, Punk, and Seth.
Yeah, that was what I thought. But I understand, but I will never get the reasoning behind triple threats that have no title in them.
Me either. I don't get it at all, but they went with the hot hand and Jey Uso. So you can't reverse curse. But my whole booking before the Royal Rumble was somehow, some way, Roman or Punk is going to get the World Heavyweight Championship, probably at this pay-per-view. I thought they would do like Punk versus Roman or they would do Roman versus Gunther or Gunther versus Punk at Elimination Chamber, and one of them would win the title here to set up the World Heavyweight title being involved in whatever Roman and Punk was doing. But we're too late for that. They've already announced Jey versus Gunther.
Yeah, but like they can make it a number 1 contender match. Like this is the only thing that could save the match in my eyes. So you're absolutely correct, and until now, I mean, to this day, the build has shown zero chance of a women's match main eventing night 1. I mean, there's zero reasoning behind a women's main event for Saturday night, because I would like to think that it's, if women main event a specific night for WrestleMania, they should have it should be hyped and not obligated.
Yes.
And none of the matches. Okay, what the tag team match, the women's tag team match, is going to main event Saturday night WrestleMania? No, you're not.
I mean, Bianca and Rhea, name wise, it has the potential to main event WrestleMania, but the fact that we have like not gotten any teases of it before Elimination Chamber, even if Bianca wins, I seriously doubt they're gonna, in the 6 weeks that they have until WrestleMania, they're gonna make that feel like it's worthy of being the main event.
Yeah.
We got.
Listen, yours. You make a lot of good sense, and I hate that. So, like, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. All the time, you say something, I'm like, I hate that. So
that's what I'm here for.
You make all the sense, but I'm still sticking to my, my thing, because I have honor. And tomorrow when we do our predictions with Rob, I'm still gonna stick with my prediction, but I am gonna mention yours, and that is real annoying. So like this.
I love you, Maggie.
Hey, Solo said I love you, Jacob, and Jacob walked away, man. I'm like, ooh,
break his heart. Didn't even say I love you too.
Having past relationship throwbacks, man. No.
Having PTSD.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a bunch of this. We got Power Jar Finisher saying, "Boo this man." We got a chilling with Jason says SP3 sees the vision. He like Raven with his psychic blast. He calling everything with some rewrites because Triple H is on his burner account will rewrite it. Yes.
Yes.
I know Triple H watches.
Yes.
Just trying to be helpful. I just want the check in the mail.
Yes.
We got Fire Driver Finisher says, nah, just kidding. I don't know if they should go last minute on his final run to go heel. I honestly don't know how to feel about that. It's literally a short-term heel run. It's not going to be for the rest of the year. It's literally a WrestleMania to SummerSlam storyline. He'll be the champion for those months, for those sections. He's not going to show up that much, guys. So you don't have to worry about John Cena getting booed out the building every week. He'll be here a couple of times. He'll have a couple of title defenses. He'll defend the title again against Cody. He'll defend against Punk. He'll defend against Seth. He'll defend against all these. The WWE has a plethora of over baby faces right now. You need a heel force for those baby faces. Also true. But you need a heel force to somehow be against all those baby faces. And I'm sorry, the top heels right now are Kevin Owens, who never wins against Cody Rhodes and never wins a WWE title match. I love him too. I love him as much as all of y'all, but let's be real, he doesn't win those high profile matches. And Drew McIntyre, who also doesn't win high profile matches. So it's like we need some heels that are like overpowering. And who's more overpowered than John Cena?
All the sense in the world.
Fire Driver Finisher says the only thing I will accept from a heel's John Cena is Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena. I mean, no, it's gonna be corporate, man. It's gonna be corporate John Cena. He's gonna come out in this. It's gonna be no more jorts. He's just gonna come out with
No. Yeah, that's gonna be better. But like, imagine black jorts and a black T-shirt, like a baggy T-shirt, but like with a stamp of of a necktie.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be awesome. It's like an Under Armour shirt, but he's got like a necktie at the same time. It's got the Brahma Bull too. He's got the Brahma Bull Under Armour shirt. Just give us the pen. Just give me and Maggie the pen, Triple H. We'll take it from here.
Just 1/25 of the amount you pay your other writers. Okay, we're not greedy.
We're not greedy at all. I just want like $5,000 a week and free tickets. That's all. That's all I need.
I just want all the vanilla perfumes you have. I'm not.
See, works for me. Oh my God, that's perfect. We need the comments, the chat, and us as the bookers because this is great. It's not John, it's Mr. Cena.
Oh,
every time I talk about this angle, it gets better to me. I love it.
Man, I hate it when you're so right. Suck all the bags and all the dicks in the bag. Suck all the bags.
Oh man, I love it. I love it so much. Oh man, but all right, that is all for our predictions for WWE Elimination Chamber 2025. I had so much fun with Maggie, had so much fun that I am telling her she needs to come back next Friday because we got AEW Revolution next weekend. So this is not the last time you see us in the next 2 weeks together. But Maggie, thank you as always for joining me. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, when they will see you again on their YouTube screens and everything else.
Guys, you can follow me on the old Twixter or X Machine or whatever you guys want to call it at Maggie_IK. You can follow me on Instagram at Maggie.IK and on Blue Sky at Maggie-IK, which every time I say it is the weirdest thing in the world. So please, guys, join us every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fightful Overbooked for Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. I swear, no real wrestling talk. It is a bunch of shenanigans and bullshittery you're ever gonna get. We have a wonderful community there. We love all the people. Please subscribe to Fightful Select. Probably the best $6 that you're ever gonna spend in the wrestling business. A lot of scoops from Corey Michaels, a lot of scoops from Sean Ross Sapp. He's gonna be there in Canada this entire weekend. A lot of contract news, questions, Q&As from Sean. You get the Discord or whatever you guys want to call it. I am 36 years old. I have no idea what Discord is. So like you can get a lot of benefits from Fightful Select. Please subscribe and please join me and SP3 next week on Friday before coexisting with Rob and Maggie around 1 p.m. Right? Yeah, around 1 p.m. Eastern. Yes, and I'm probably gonna be hungry as fuck again. So if you enjoyed our last preview for NXT and AEW, you're gonna enjoy Revolution as well. Yes, thank you, sweetie.
Absolutely, and I'm adding Corey to our creative team because this is awesome. He says Mr. Cena would come out in a suit and a piano or orchestra version of Time Is Now. Like you get the real trumpet. Like
Yes.
WrestleMania. Oh my god, that would be great. Boom, boom, boom. This heel turn just keeps getting better.
It has to happen now. It has to happen. By the way, Corey has to be in everyone's writing team. On everyone.
Yes. He's already a good writer. See, Power Driver finisher. Even Power Driver, he's like, okay, now I'm sold. See, there it is. See, that's all
there it is.
Flutes. Oh my god, this would be awesome. Follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSB3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. That's the best place to support us when we are not live here. I will be back live with you tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time on AE Ramble, the best AEW Dynamite review in the land with me and Jimmy Macaram talking about tonight's AEW Dynamite. I will also be before that at 10 a.m. Eastern Time over with Jeremy Lambert over on In the Weeds talking about last night's Dynamite. We also got an interview with an MLW star, so be on the lookout for that. Maybe you'll find out beforehand. And I will also, I believe I'm going to be doing like 4 streams tomorrow because you got In the Weeds at 10 a.m. Eastern. You got AE Ramble at 1:05 p.m. Eastern. Then at 3:15 or 3:30, I don't know which one, I'm going to be with Stephanie Chase over on the Fightful main channel, once again previewing Elimination Chamber. Let's see if I can get the same pops for my John Cena idea over there. And then, of course, we got ROH post show with me and Kate on the Fightful main channel. So you'll be seeing me a lot. And yes, my new homes for content are just True Hill Heat and Fightful. See, I've kept it simple. I've scrapped all the other ones. It's just True Hill Heat and Fightful now. I don't have to say 1,001 other ones.
You don't have the time anymore. I mean, you have to sleep at one point. You have a family that you have to take care of. So it's not that you don't want to.
You'll see these on my wall tomorrow. Don't worry, guys.
Please,
They'll be on my walls tomorrow.
Get some tape.
Me and Maggie will be back with our next pay-per-view preview next Friday. Me and Maggie talking about AEW Revolution. We got another pay-per-view preview this week. Me and Jay News and Sanal will be back on Friday to preview NJPW's 53rd anniversary. Got the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. Our schedule is up on our community tab right now, so you can go over and check that out so you'll know when to go live with us. But for Maggie, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been our WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 preview. We are signing off until next time.
Bye-bye.